You know what I'm saying? It's wicked, wicked, wicked. So you be careful.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing if they, you know what I'm saying? I need you out there, you feel me?
Yeah. I hear you. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Man, have some.
You think I wouldn't gonna get at you from the inside?
He has reached out to a witness, an alleged participant in multiple freak-offs.
Then why Oprah staying quiet? Why Ellen moving to another country?
And he's asking people to intimidate witnesses or pay people off.
Feeling good?
Whoa, you put that thing on the whoa!
So you see how we do it here on Saturday, just as good as you see how we do it here on Saturday, just as good as
Who is Sean approved from the world of entertainment?
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay, just
they should be calling me. Yeah, they should be calling me Sean.
Speaking of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It?
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you've said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the party.
What happens when one of hip-hop's most powerful figures suddenly goes quiet? After 50 Cent dropped his explosive documentary and alleged private conversations involving Sean Diddy Combs started circulating, all eyes quickly shifted to Jay-Z. His sudden disappearance from the spotlight instantly raised serious questions. Is this silence strategic? Is it damage control? Or is there something deeper happening behind the scenes?
Yeah. No fun, and they get behind the mic, have some fun, chop up them samples, get that what you need, band vibe, have some fun, get that smiling.
Yeah.
These other motherfuckers, they'll waste your time, big. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody show up to testify. Don't contact me anymore, pup. I already got that Houston lawyer breathing down my neck over that 13-year-old girl. If you don't want things to get worse for you, then you need to start answering my son's phone call.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh, like.
to us. Black excellence.
That had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
As leaks spread and insiders started speaking up, many fans began to feel like this story was only just getting started. The release of 50 Cent's documentary didn't just make noise. It cracked open doors that many people believed were sealed shut for good. Almost overnight, old rumors resurfaced and new questions started buzzing across the hip-hop world. And as attention turned toward Jay-Z, one detail stood out loud and clear: his silence. While allegations surrounding Diddy exploded online and across major media platforms, Jay-Z chose not to say a word. For many observers, that quiet felt louder than any public statement he could have made. This situation goes way beyond one documentary or a single controversy. What's unfolding now is tied to years of industry rumors, leaked stories, and insider accounts from people who were once close to Diddy. Figures like Gene Deal and other public voices have slowly begun distancing themselves, making this feel far bigger than a short news cycle.
Black billionaires lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else. To us. Black excellence. It's more. Yeah, more.
I like that pink, man. Mom. Okay, Mom. All right. Absolutely. Thank you.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it.
It's raising questions that many fans were hesitant to ask before. Are people finally revisiting the past, or are we witnessing the start of something much larger? Reports suggest Jay-Z is now under intense scrutiny as claims surfaced about alleged private messages between him and Diddy, supposedly leaked through 50 Cent's documentary. These claims didn't appear out of thin air. For years, Jay-Z's name has quietly floated around conversations tied to disturbing allegations involving Diddy, but those mentions were often brushed aside or ignored. Now that these alleged messages are being discussed openly, old accusations are resurfacing fast. Many people are no longer willing to look the other way. Some insiders believe the tension is higher than ever because the allegations imply Jay-Z may not have just been nearby, but possibly aware of more than he ever publicly admitted.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh, like,
to us, black excellence.
that had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Come on, bro.
The new baby oil.
It start looking gray if you ain't got nothing on it.
Got the new baby oil, bro.
This ain't baby oil.
Nigga, you ran through 8,000 jars of them in prison. You know what I mean? He was Ashy Larry.
Relax.
I mean,
I still got everybody looking.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it.
Want to know what a box cutter feels like going into your skin and ripping you?
I can tell you how it feels. Y'all ain't seen yet. That Cassie, that's nothing.
So are you trying to say like Jay-Z put hands on you?
I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did to me and he's got it on tape. Just like Diddy. It's gonna be the women that give him in the end.
There's even talk that he could have helped shield certain situations or been connected in ways that haven't fully come to light yet. According to industry sources, the pressure right now feels different, like this situation isn't going to quietly fade away. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has made his stance very clear in multiple interviews. He said he was never part of Diddy's inner circle and emphasized that he intentionally kept his distance. He shared that there were invitations and environments years ago that made him uncomfortable, and instead of ignoring it, he chose to step away. That distance, according to 50 Cent, is exactly why he feels confident speaking now. He also stated that when the allegations became public, he found out the same way everyone else did, through the news, and none of it surprised him. Then things took an even darker turn. Jaguar Wright publicly claimed that Jay-Z was worse than Diddy, alleging more extreme behavior toward women, and saying she carried scars that supported her claims. She went even further, claiming that Jay-Z attacked her in the past and secretly recorded it, allegations she says mirror accusations already circulating about Sean Diddy Combs.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will, putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different.
According to her, this is the real reason Jay-Z has slowly pulled away from public spaces and stopped being seen around people he once worked closely with. For a while now, there's been a growing belief that Jay-Z has been intentionally separating himself to avoid getting caught in the fallout. Some observers even claim 50 Cent hinted that Jay-Z is laying low, waiting for the storm around Diddy to blow over. On top of that, there are unresolved accusations linking Jay-Z to the death of Kath White, claims that never fully disappeared no matter how quiet they became. For many people watching closely, it feels like these stories were just waiting for the right moment to resurface. At this point, a lot of folks believe the pieces are lining up. Old clips, statements, and past interviews are popping back up, and the internet is doing what it always does, connecting dots.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was fucking the girl that didn't want you.
Oh.
You moved his ass mess around and out of Rockefeller so tough and then just move right over to Def Jam. By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? Jam on your horn now, that record. From the Austin Powers, some of the worst ever.
Hip Hop 50, no performances, no nothing of the.
But why would he do that? He wants to still pretend he's a genius, and he's tired about people clowning him with the teleprompter with all the lyrics on the floor. And he doesn't have any new raps.
Let's just start with Piers Morgan, because there's a headline that went out that was very powerful that people are running with, where it just says, Jay-Z is the real monster. Now, before you speak on it, to even get to Piers Morgan, can you explain how that took place and why even take that interview to go forward?
I can't say that I sought it out, because I didn't. Truth is we didn't see it coming. But I have to credit Odell.
Got to Odeezy.
They reached out to him. Piers Morgan's producers called him directly.
As more people revisit what insiders like Jaguar Wright have said over the years, the conversation keeps getting louder and harder to ignore. The biggest question now isn't just whether these allegations will hold weight, but whether Jay-Z's silence can continue as more eyes turn in his direction. And that's where things get uncomfortable, because once the spotlight shifts, it rarely shifts back.
She refiled the lawsuit on Sunday. She and her attorney, Tony Busby, refiled it and named Jay-Z as the unnamed celebrity involved in the. Jay-Z's response is extraordinary in that, look, we've seen all these lawsuits against Diddy, dozens of them now at this point, and frequently his response has been to deny it, but to say nothing else. Jay-Z went way more than just denying it. He did do that.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that.
As scrutiny around Diddy continued to grow, the attention didn't stay focused on him for long. Slowly but surely, people began looking elsewhere, and that direction led straight to Jay-Z. What grabbed attention wasn't a denial or a statement, but his continued silence. While everything around Diddy was exploding, Jay-Z stayed quiet, and for many, that didn't sit right. Questions started coming fast. Why say nothing? Why not clear the air? Some believe his team already knew his name had surfaced in civil matters and chose silence as a strategy. Others think the damage was already done, because once public opinion shifts, control becomes nearly impossible. Social media poured gasoline on the situation. Old clips resurfaced, rumors moved faster than facts, and new accusations started gaining traction. Claims spread that Jay-Z had a pattern of silencing people, and whether proven or not, those conversations quickly flooded every major platform. The sheer volume alone was enough to keep his name trending, and not in a good way. That's when one accuser's past claims came back into focus. She stated that even though she eventually dropped her lawsuit, she never changed her story. According to her, walking away wasn't about dishonesty, it was about fear. She claimed she felt harassed, overwhelmed, and genuinely scared of Jay-Z and the power she believed he held. She also alleged that she was pressured to say her accusations were false, something she insists she refused to do. In newly filed legal documents, she described an incident that deeply shook her. She claimed two individuals approached her outside her home, saying they were investigators working for one of Jay-Z's attorneys. According to her account, they tried to get her to sign documents stating her allegations were false. She said she refused, but the encounter left her rattled and confused. She also alleged those same individuals questioned her about her lawyer, Tony Busby, asking if he had contacted her first or offered money to make claims against Jay-Z. She denied those claims completely. What frightened her the most, she said, was how those individuals were able to locate her at all. At the time, her identity remained anonymous in both media coverage and court records, which made the encounter feel even more unsettling.
Who is Sean approved from the world of entertainment?
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay,
that should be calling me. Yeah, they should be calling me Sean.
Me personally, I didn't believe her story.
I mean, that says a lot coming from you being somebody that worked for Bad Boy at that time.
I know for myself, there's a lot of inconsistencies in what she was talking about regarding her being with somebody from Bad Boy
getting into a bad boy party, you understand, with a limo driver that we didn't even know. So not trying to beat up, not trying to save Jay or Diddy.
You could tell that the people in power that gave that ring to Diddy and Jay was next in line. So to separate him when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky shit, and Diddy is and was rambunctious, you know, just out with it. It don't mean that they're not two of the same. One just a little quiet with it.
Said we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief. But then he said something about a window and a door or something. Oh, then he said, you did it homework. I did a lot of homework on you, this lady. He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
She later alleged that things didn't stop with her. Her parents were also approached and questioned by investigators about her claims and legal representation. She explained that this chain of events is what ultimately pushed her to drop the case. According to her, she feared being exposed publicly and becoming a target for online attacks and harassment from Jay-Z supporters. In her own words, the pressure became too heavy to carry. Meanwhile, industry insiders have warned that it only takes one serious investigation to flip everything upside down, not just for Sean Diddy Combs, but for anyone connected to him. That's exactly why many people view 50 Cent's documentary as a major turning point. This isn't just about one individual being called out, it's about how power allegedly operated behind the scenes for years. Who knew what was going on, who stayed silent, and who might now get pulled into the conversation? Some commentators have started asking the big question out loud. How did Diddy manage to stay protected for so long? The belief is that he surrounded himself with powerful figures and tightly controlled information, making it difficult for anything to stick. Now, as rumors continue to spread, there's speculation that Diddy may be cooperating with authorities to reduce his own exposure. If that's true, people are wondering what kind of information could surface, and whether Jay-Z's name could become part of that discussion. This is where things start to feel very real. Once people begin talking, momentum builds fast, and stopping it becomes nearly impossible. With the documentary now officially out, it's clear this story isn't stuck in the past. What's unfolding feels like the beginning of something much bigger. Each new detail pulls more attention toward figures who stayed quiet for years, and Jay-Z now finds himself right at the center of that spotlight. That matters because his history with Diddy runs deep, no matter how much certain statements try to downplay it. When Jay-Z's legal team claimed that Jay-Z and Diddy were never truly close, that explanation didn't sit well with everyone. One person who openly disagreed was Gene Deal. From his perspective, that version of events didn't match what he personally witnessed over the years. According to Gene Deal, the relationship between Jay-Z and Diddy wasn't casual, distant, or surface level at all. He described it as familiar, comfortable, and very public. Gene pointed to moments on stage where Diddy showed open physical comfort with Jay-Z in front of large crowds, something he felt wouldn't happen between people who weren't genuinely close. He also recalled Diddy making bold public statements about Jay-Z being the only person allowed to call him by his real name, which Gene believed sent a clear message about their bond. Those moments weren't accidental or misunderstood. They were intentional and meaningful. Gene went on to explain that the closeness didn't stop at public appearances. According to him, their connection extended into personal spaces, shared social circles, and inside jokes. He described it as the kind of familiarity that only comes from spending real time together, not something you fake. He also referenced a stage appearance in Atlanta where Diddy joined Jay-Z in front of a crowd. Gene pointed out how natural and comfortable the interaction looked. He noted that even 50 Cent later referenced that same moment, helping the clip keep circulating online. To Gene, that wasn't coincidence. It was proof that others saw the same dynamic. When asked whether his criticism came from personal dislike, Gene Deal made it clear it wasn't about being a fan or a hater. He explained that his view was shaped by past situations where tensions existed, followed by moments where Jay-Z acted as if nothing had ever happened. Gene Deal suggested this is often how people at the very top operate. They move through situations, leave an impact behind, and then distance themselves because they're living in a completely different world. That idea hits hard because it raises a bigger question. When powerful figures rewrite history, who really gets to challenge it? From Gene's perspective, attempts to downplay the Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs connection feel less like simple clarification and more like damage control. And once people start revisiting old footage, interviews, and public moments, it becomes much harder to convince the public that nothing was ever there. That's where this story starts to feel uncomfortable and why so many people are paying closer attention to Gene Deal now. He said that level of familiarity spoke for itself. Gene went on to explain that powerful people often create situations without thinking about how those choices might look later in life. According to him, perspectives can change when people grow older, start families, and raise children of their own. He suggested that once someone imagines their own child in situations they once ignored or excused, reality hits differently. What may have once been overlooked suddenly doesn't sit right anymore. Gene also explained that in the past, many people around Jay-Z didn't fully realize his age at the time. According to Gene, appearances were misleading. Jay-Z didn't look significantly older, didn't have facial hair, and blended in easily, so people assumed everyone around him was close in age. He said that when someone appears to be in their early 20s, few people ask questions, but finding out later that someone was actually much older changes how those moments are viewed entirely. Gene made it clear that in his opinion, large age gaps involving very young individuals cross a serious line. He called it a problem, plain and simple. He added that now, with Jay-Z raising children and having young daughters, his perspective may be very different today. According to Gene, the music industry has been filled with questionable behavior for years, things people saw, heard about, or suspected, but didn't speak on. Now that conversations are happening openly on platforms like YouTube, where individuals can share what they witnessed or experienced, it's making a lot of people uncomfortable, not because the stories are new, but because they're finally being said out loud. And that's the part that really sticks. Once these stories are online, they don't disappear. There's no easy way to erase them, and for some powerful figures in the industry, that truth feels more threatening than anything else. That's why this moment feels different. At the end of the day, this story isn't just about leaked messages or one documentary. It's about silence, power, and how some people stayed untouched for years. As more insiders speak up and old clips resurface, the pressure surrounding Jay-Z continues to grow. So what do you think? Is this strategic silence to avoid the noise, or is something bigger happening behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if this breakdown helped you, share it with someone who's been following this story, and subscribe for more deep dives as this situation continues to unfold.